Hey, good morning, Brian. Um, Give me 1 second. Let me invite you up. I am standing in the emergency room as I speak. So as soon as you get up here, I will give you some information.
Good morning.
Hey, I don't know if you heard me, Brian, but I'm standing in the emergency room. I'm sorry, I'm late, you guys, but the clock in here said it's 20 after 8. When Brian texted me at 5 after 9 at question mark, I'm like, what's going on? And I looked at my phone and it's after 9. So, Brian, I'm going to let you chat for a minute until I get my family member out to the car because we're being discharged.
All righty. That was quite the opening, Sherry. What is up, my friends? Hopefully Sherry's family member is okay. Sounds like they're getting out of the hospital. So hopefully that worked out okay. I am getting ready for day one of the deep stack. Gonna head over here in a few minutes to get ready to play that and hopefully run up a stack. Put out the vlog trailer yesterday. That's all I got so far, guys. Just the trailer, and we'll see about the rest of it as the week goes on. Trying to put that together and play but trailer. I didn't intend on making a trailer for each one, and I still don't know if I'm going to. But the Gladiator event seemed like one that needed an epic gladiator-ish trailer, so spent the time to do it. Good morning, Isaac. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Waking up out of my zombie-like state. You know, playing ACR till like 2, 3 in the morning. The use, the use. The deep stack that you're playing, is that going to be a WSOP deep stack or one of the other events locally?
My uh, event $800 deep stack, and uh, and then this obviously the monster stack. So that good couple days of poker.
Hell
I
yeah, it
think
should be.
Monday, I actually, Isaac, I qualify for the seniors event. I don't feel like a senior, but I do. So there is zero chance I'm missing this. I actually used to come up here every time on senior weekend to collect the chips, so I'm not missing the tournament.
Oh, that's right, that's right. Hell
Yeah,
yeah, hell yeah. Get at them. Man, you're going to have so many people in that one. The seniors looks like a hell of a fun event, actually.
oh yeah, it's a great event, and you know they let you in far too young. You only got to be 50. Come on,
Get the fuck out of here. Really? That's the
that's not
minimum?
senior. Yep, 50 years
Oh,
old.
wow. Wow. Yeah, there's going to be all kinds of sharks in there.
And I think like the Sean Deebs and Josh area, I think they're all like 49. I don't know. I think they're really close.
Yeah, right? Because
But
Negreanu's 50 this year?
yeah,
That's crazy. So that means, yeah, for sure. Helmuth. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, everybody must be in that one.
yeah, yeah. I think it's a good
Hell
field.
yeah. That sounds like fun. But the deep stacks, though, I like the deep stacks. Those are dope.
The problem is, yeah, well, yeah, the daily. I was thinking the daily. I used to always go play the daily deep stacks, and I loved that. And I was talking about yesterday. This year is not the year for that. They put them in the wrong place. But Yeah, I gotta play the deep stacks. Gonna get a lot of chips and have fun. Hopefully, I'm not too late. I'm gonna be a little bit late, which I haven't been all year, but
I mean, if you miss a level or two, that's not too bad.
it is what it is. Yeah, yeah, not a big deal. So,
What were you saying that
but
they put the
yeah,
daily deep stacks in the wrong place?
yeah, the daily deep stacks are over in a new area, the Normandy Ballroom, and this whole area up near the front of the casino and upstairs. The problem is they're doing next door, so the wall is actually like open to the outside with zero insulation. So it was like gross in there. It was like 100 degrees. The guy next to me smelled like a tuna can,
Ugh.
and it was like miserable.
Hold on, the Normandy
I,
Ballroom, is that
I,
in the Horseshoe?
yeah, horseshoe. Yeah,
So you mean
yeah.
the one that's like, all right, from the side entrance, the one that's to the left over by the TV tables, or further than that?
No, toward the front, over by the poker room. You go over by the poker room, and there's a little hallway. There's a little like liquor
Yeah,
store,
yeah, it's over
and
there.
then you go up the escalators.
What
Yeah,
the hell?
yeah. It's really kind of shitty. I mean, in the sea, like it doesn't feel like the World Series. It used to be nice. You could go and kind of get the vibe. But here's the good side of it. The bad thing about when you would do that, when they would have them in the tournament room, is you're sitting there maybe playing an important tournament or whatever, or let's just say like the main, right? The main one
Yeah.
year, they were down near the end, and they had closed down the pavilion room, the big one with the deep stacks and whatever. So they freaking move the daily deep stack into the same room as is with like 50 people left in the main, and
Holy
it's
shit.
like, and they're like on the speakers and whatever, like levels going up like 5,000, 10,000. He's like, what the fuck are these guys doing over here? I don't want to hear you. Like, I'll send Caesar's the rake for the tournament with 50 people left in the main if they really need the couple $1,000. Like, let me focus on the main event.
Yeah, that's a trip. That's a trip. But yo, that being over all the way over there by the Hall of Fame poker room, that's nuts. So now they got three areas.
Yeah, yeah. So they've got three different, no, one, well, yeah, three different areas. But here's the thing, is like the other day is on Monday I go over to the whatever the big one, the big ballroom at Bally's is, or
In
Bally's,
Paris, yeah.
at
Okay, the one
Horseshoe,
in Horseshoe. Okay, yeah.
right? And I didn't even go into the Paris ballroom. I don't know what they had going on there, but in the Horseshoe, they only had like, they had the day two of the Gladiator. So they had like a couple hundred people, and that was it. It was like 20 some tables.
Huh.
And in this huge, and that's all they were running in there the whole day. And it's like, why do you guys have this whole big empty ballroom? They should have shut it down, or they should have shut down the Paris side. Maybe they really can't shut down the Paris side though. So I don't know. They should have just shut down that ballroom and whatever.
Whoever's
So
handling the logistics sounds
anyway,
like they're kind of fucking up.
I mean, it's, in fairness, it's a ton of logistics, and they do a really good job in some way. And
Yeah,
in
last year was
in
great. I
always,
mean,
it's
last year
just,
was an awesome experience. So, but that's interesting that they're moving things around so much and that they're moving something to a construction area because I know they're still working on that last tower that used to be Bally's,
yeah.
but I wouldn't be putting anything in there. And like you said, right now, how's the
Well,
heat out there right now?
And I don't know if that's the tower that caught on fire, but it weirds me out. I don't want to stay somewhere where a bunch of people died.
The tower that caught on
No, thank
fire.
you. Yeah, back in the 80s, before it was Bally's, it was
Yeah.
MGM, and they had the big Las Vegas fire.
Oh shit.
Most people died by fire in any fire prior to the World Trade Center.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I
Damn,
don't
I
like staying
stayed in
there.
that tower too. Back when it was still
It
Bally's.
creeps.
Yeah, when it was still Bally's, I had
Yeah,
stayed in that tower.
creeps me out. I think it's the one that goes out toward Las Vegas Boulevard.
Yeah. That's the one I stayed in
Um,
before they had shut it down. But it's been shut down for a long time. Yeah,
oh, has it?
when I stayed
Wow.
there and it was still Bally's, that was like before 2010. So
Wow.
it's been a while that they, as is, the fact that they converted it to the horseshoe was new to me. Like even a
Yeah.
couple years ago, it wasn't. If it wasn't for WSOP, I probably would not have set foot in that hotel. So
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really go there much as when it was
as
Bally's.
is the Rio is the real tragedy right now. The Rio is
Uh,
disheveled, man.
I haven't been in there in a while. Well, yeah, actually last year I went in there, now that I think about it.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
pretty
kind of
bad.
it was
It's
kind
pretty
of
bad.
worn out. So,
Hey, you
Considering that.
guys.
Hey, Sherry. Good morning.
Um, it's a little bit of a crazy morning this morning, but we are figuring it out on our way home. Everybody is fine. Had some antibiotics, and all is good. I just wanted to say I did not even know there was a fire at that property. Are you talking about the front, like the rooms that are at facing the boulevard?
so first off, the whole casino burned down. Not burned down, but like was like a shell.
Okay.
So, yeah, there was an electrical fire back by the what's now, I think, from what I can tell on the maps, what's now the steakhouse, the whatever, that Binion steakhouse that I
Ah.
Okay.
loved so much. It used to be a deli. The problem is they built all the booths and everything with highly flammable materials. So when it caught fire, it went up fast.
Oh,
And then
wow.
it caught the whole casino. Something with the casino ceiling, I think, was also not good fire retardant. So that went up like real fast. They said the like, the fire spread the length of a football field like within seconds, like
Wow.
enormous, all the way to the front door from that back area. You can picture how far that is.
Yeah,
but
that's a
but
long way.
then they had it worse. They didn't have um enough, like, the expansion joints in the building where the elevator shafts were allowed a lot of smoke, allowed smoke up into the guest rooms. And they had locked some of the emergency exit stairs to get out. So some
A
people just couldn't get
disaster.
out.
Oh.
A
Yeah.
disaster from the moment they made bad decisions about what materials to use.
Yeah, and if you look, when it's funny, if you look at Bally's, if you're standing on the front valet and you look up at there is there's more fire sprinklers than I've ever seen anywhere. It's so funny because like you're like, oh, okay, they were gonna make sure they had enough. Like, I don't know, they probably tripled what you normally would see, but that's probably why. So there was a guy actually across the street. He was across the street at Caesars the night before. He was like suicidal. He was like gonna off himself, and he was either gonna run to Mexico. He had some legal problems or something. He went on a run at the like baccarat table, I think, and then he went over to the bar and he was drinking, and this girl came up, and like he's too smart for that. He's like, this girl's trying to rob me, get me back to the room, and then drug me up and rob me. So he left her. He went back to his room across the street at the MGM, fell asleep, woke up to the fire the next morning. The fire's like raging, and he's trying to figure out what to do. And he's got all this cash now. He had won a bunch of money. I don't know how much money. But he literally, Sherry, he ties bed sheets together, and he like tied it to the thing, and he scaled the outside of the building with his cow, and he has this cowboy hat on, and
Wow.
they called him the MGM cowboy. But I think he like disappeared because he like got out and then he just kind of disappeared. People knew who he was. I don't know if I think they did a story about him about 10 years ago where they caught up with him about it. I think so. Anyway, you can Google it and see, but there's pictures of him like on the outside of the building, like scaling down. Unbelievable.
That's crazy. I've never heard any of that before. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a crazy, crazy Vegas story. A
Hey,
lot of
Brian, can
lot
you
of
tell us what's going on? What tournaments are playing today at the WSOP?
the only one I know of is the one I'm playing because I'm heading over there in a couple minutes. I'm actually late leaving because I didn't want to
Oh,
cut
gotcha.
out in the elevator. Um, I'm playing the $800 deep stack. That's the only one that really matters, Sherry. None of our listeners are going to play the $25,000
You never
home
know who's in
player
the
of the year,
queue.
$20,000 a year player of the year home game. We should have a Spaces player of the year.
Well,
I think I should be up there in the running. But Raj is kind of catching me.
well, and I think you're probably bringing that up because you would be, except I think Andres has everybody crushed right now.
Yeah.
Sorry to say, but there's a lot of time left, Brian, and I'm counting on you to make us proud. Oh, hell. Can you hear me? I'm kind of going in and out. Give me a second to get over this hill. All right, let's try that again. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I think software's been a little bit
All
in
right.
and out, like a
Yeah,
little
and
robotic.
I'm going over the county line. I think every time I go over a county line and we switch towers, it goes in and out or whatever. But anyway,
Good.
counting on you to make us proud, Brian.
Thanks. You sound good now. It's back.
Good.
And I'm going to go
Good, good,
in and
good.
out.
Well, I'm looking forward. I hope you guys can hear me. Looking forward to Brad coming on for an interview at 4:30 Pacific time on Friday. It's always fun to get to know one of the folks that hangs out with us in Spaces a little bit better. We did that with Isaac not too long ago, and it was a great interview. So looking forward to Brad at 4:30 on Friday.
Definitely should be a good interview. Definitely.
I'm excited to hear some of the details about how he won all these packages and how you can get on the stream team and all that fun stuff that has gotten him to where he is today. Isaac, what are you doing today? You playing poker?
Of course, I already had a game a little bit before the space started. Um, and yeah, a couple of games later on tonight. We're gonna have a late night game actually. We're gonna host a space and have a game probably at like I think like at midnight East Coast time, so like 9 p.m. West Coast.
Right?
And yeah, the usual, just studying, 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 studying some more.
Were you able to find an Airbnb?
Yeah. We did. We found one kind
Awesome.
of by Summerlin, which was great because I would always prefer to stay on
Awesome.
that side of town. Yeah, we found a pretty good place.
Very
We found
good.
a pretty good place. The place that your recommendation I shot, it was nice, but it was just unfortunately a little too bit out of the price range, and
Yeah.
they wanted someone to rent for a full month, which
Oh yeah,
yeah,
no, that's not what you're looking
yeah,
for.
that was but it's such a nice place though. Like, the place was like, whoa. You know what I've noticed is that so many Airbnbs, and this is kind of like a little concerning for me personally. Now listings are telling you that they have cameras inside the house, and I'm like, why do you need a camera inside the house? Apparently, everybody is super like either just I don't know if it's a thing because of Airbnb hosts or whatnot, but it's like nobody wants you to have any company whatsoever. They tell you you cannot have any. So it's like you can't host a poker game and have some friends over. You can't do any of these things apparently now when you rent Airbnbs. And I'm kind of like,
Well,
uh,
unfortunately, when rules like that are put in place, it's because people ruined it for us,
yep,
right? So people didn't behave themselves, trashed some Airbnbs, and those Airbnbs probably didn't have proof of what was in there. I remember reading something about an Airbnb up in the Smoky Mountains when I was trying to find one, that the renters stole furniture.
that's wild.
Well, how are you gonna prove that it was actually them and not somebody after they left? Unless you have cameras showing them carrying it out,
That's
right?
so wild. That's so wild.
Yeah, it's nuts. And good for that homeowner in the Smoky Mountains because they had cameras outside and it did show the renters as the ones that were stealing the property. So they were able to, take action, and more importantly, those people got banned from being able to rent, through that system and protect others.
Yeah, yeah. And again, like you said, paying for people's past mistakes usually sucks. But I think the host that we got is pretty cool. We're gonna see if we can
Awesome.
hopefully get a little game going because I got some friends out there that we definitely would want to link up with. Kenna had expressed to us trying to get a game going while we're out there. So
Right.
hopefully the stars can align.
Fingers crossed, as they say.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Fingers crossed. But no matter what, we're going to have a blast. So there's that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's too much going on not to. So I'm excited.
Definitely looking forward to it. And for the listeners that are just joining us or those that are listening and going to listen and replay, um, sorry, we really don't have much of an update today. I am on my way back with a family member who we needed to take to the ER this morning. Everything is fine. Got a little antibiotics, and everything should be fine in that regard. But sorry, not much of an update. But here we are. If you got something you'd like to talk about or something that's going on in the poker world, let us know. I will bring up again, we talked about it briefly yesterday about Twitter changing the fact that you can't see someone else's likes on someone else's posts. And, that took Twitter by storm yesterday, and I got a big kick out of it. Um, that people are so upset they're not going to be able to see the likes on someone else's tweets. I thought that was hilarious that people are so upset about that. What do you think, Isaac?
I think that if you got something to complain about, you're gonna find them on X. Somebody's gonna complain. I don't really like personally that's like so not a factor, but I could understand for people who are in here scrubbing metrics and things like that. It's hitting
Yeah,
somebody's pocket, right? So
right. And let's face it, some people are so obsessed that they just look for anything to target somebody with, right? And a like on a post. Oh, I saw you like that post. And
yeah,
and like
exactly.
it's none of your business what fucking posts I like, but people target people because of a post they like, and that's again why Twitter had to make changes because people were targeting others because of a like on a post. So guess what? That's for the safety of everybody.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Yo, I just saw magic happen right now in space. I just saw software transform into Barry. Whoa.
Abracadabra, motherfuckers. We got the black magic going on today.
uh, that was something else right there. But yeah, yeah.
That's hilarious. Okay, I'm going to invite Barry up to speak because I have a couple of questions for him. I haven't caught up with him the last few days, and so hopefully he can come up.
Right.
I think Donna is probably for a second out of signal. She is driving right now. But good morning, Barry. What up?
Your mic is on mute, Cherry.
Or my mic's on mute. Thank you, Isaac, though, and I appreciate that little heads up there, Barry. Barry, I heard you were at the table where the dealer had a health issue. Did we find out an update on that dealer?
No, I haven't heard anything yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. I was just curious. We don't need our dealers dropping like flies, that's for sure. And tell us what you played yesterday and what you're playing today, Bear.
1,500 horse. I made D2. Put 104.5 in the bag. But I think
Nice.
it's like
How many are left?
uh, 835 started, 210 left. Probably around 90 of them chips.
Nice. Nice. Good luck. Is Miami John still in with you?
Yeah, he's still there. When they broke my last table, with like a one level to go, they moved me over to his table. So it's nice to play with him.
Awesome. I was so happy to see that picture of the two of you, but you knew I would be.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
He really is a great guy. And so, what time's your restart today?
Oh, 1 o'clock, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, so you got some time. Awesome. When do you go home, Barry? Am I going to see you or no?
Depends when you come in.
I don't get there till the 25th.
Unlikely. Maybe I'll be stay till the 20th. I'm best.
Okay. Okay, cool. Next time.
Yeah, definitely.
Next time. So, any scuttlebutt? How are the lines looking?
Except like maybe the first couple of days they were really long. But even when I played one of the nightlies, it was all right. But they go fast. They got like 5, 6 people usually.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I saw another tweet this morning, somebody complaining that registration was closed and there were people still not in their seats 20, 30 minutes after. That's never going to change. I mean, they've always had that. It's just that people have noticed it, I think, this year.
Yeah, I'm praying for a smooth registration process. Last year when I was using the kiosks, every time, I always had to still go back into the people with the computers and have them actually print my ticket because the kiosks were never working.
Yeah, that was definitely a problem last year. A
Yes.
lot of people about that. I have not heard one complaint about that this year. One.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
You know, all this talk about food being an issue during the series kind of had me thinking. Um, think I'm gonna talk to a chef friend of mine for next year. See if we can come up with some kind of delivery solution or something.
I'm going to be real honest with you, Isaac. You got to be really careful because the WSOP will shut that shit down. They've done it to other people that have tried that. And I'm not sure what the roundabout is for it other than delivery off property, maybe on the corner or, you know what I'm saying, like outside a half a block away or a quarter block away. No, but know that that's a big issue.
That's interesting because how does it work for Uber Eats?
A little different because you're going to try to cater to an event being hosted on property, and there's unions working on that property in the food industry. Um, and so it's just a little different
Mm-hmm.
because Uber
Mm-hmm.
Eats is a separate entity, right? And it's just, you can't, I don't know how to describe it other than it just is different.
Oh yeah, no, like you said, unions complicates everything. Complicates everything.
Yeah. And I'm not saying I'm not saying it's not a great idea. Uh, but maybe see how Ronnie Bardaw is delivering from his noodles place. I don't know if they're delivering it, like I said, to a spot off property a quarter block away, or if he had to pay and is being allowed to do it, or I don't know. Um, but it's definitely worth looking into if it's something you're interested in.
Yeah, just I
But
have
just
chef
know
buddies
that's
in
going
the
to be a
city. That's really the biggest reason. I was like, that sounds interesting.
yeah. And I don't know the ins and outs. I'm just telling you that there have been people that have tried since it's moved to the horseshoe. And one of them, they just really put the hammer down on them.
Oh, that sucks. That
Um,
sucks.
Now, I want to say last year there was a gal that was delivering charcuterie boards. And I don't know if she got to make it through the whole summer and got shut down, or it just went silent, like it was became hush hush, so the hammer wouldn't go down. I'm not sure. Um, I don't. I just remember her delivering like toward the beginning of the WSOP, but then as time went on, I didn't hear about her anymore. But that doesn't mean she still wasn't. I'm just saying
Right,
I
right,
didn't
right.
hear
Of
any more
course.
about her. She could have delivered the whole time, and I don't know it. I'm just going to say that. Um, and of course, TJ is making wraps this year, delivering wraps, and I don't know how he's doing that. Um, so just know that that's going to be a hurdle.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. You know it's funny, right? 2024. You got to worry about smuggling in food. That's fun.
Yeah, and honestly, it there's the Cromwell is right across the street. I mean, somebody can certainly just meet at the Cromwell with orders and carry them over to Horseshoe, and they have no idea, what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like no money's being exchanged or whatever. I mean, I just don't know. Like, is it worth all of that?
Exactly.
I don't.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's up to you. But those would be hurdles that you're going to really have to figure out.
Yeah. Exactly. And it depends on what you're offering too, because like as is transporting and everything. If it's something hot, will it be hot by the time the person gets it? So many things you have to solve. But I'm gonna ask some chef buddies and see if they're up to the challenge.
Well, and you know what? We'll be happily awaiting what you decide to do.
Thank you.
Happily awaiting, yeah. Because guess what? We need food options,
Yeah, man,
and
because that food court
if
is
you can,
horrible down there.
yeah, and if you can make that happen for us, believe me, you will be the hero, for sure.
Yeah, because the thing is like obviously in Vegas you can't have street vendors on the strip, obviously, right? That's a problem, and like it's the time you get to go from place to place. Breaks and lunch breaks is not enough for you to go off
Yeah,
site.
yeah.
So it's like yeah, it's tough, and I cannot stand Guy Fieri's place there. That place.
It's funny. It's funny you said that. I've eaten there at another location one time. I want to say it was at Harrah's, but anyway, um, I didn't like it. People love his place. I didn't like it.
Yeah, it's super extra, and I just had a real bad experience there last season where the manager was just being a total dick. So I was like, fine. Like halfway through my order, I said, yeah, cancel that shit. Give me my check. Y'all go to hell. I'd rather take my business somewhere else. I'm like, I'd rather go eat at the food court than eat here. Like,
Well, that's unfortunate. I didn't have a bad experience as far as staff. I'm not a big burger person, and it just are choices. I don't know. It was just not for
yeah,
me.
if I'm gonna have a burger, I'd rather
And
go to
I,
In and Out.
you
Yep,
know,
yep, yep.
and yeah, I just did not enjoy the meal. The service was great, atmosphere was great. I just did not enjoy the meal. So anyway, to each his own. I know a lot of folks that love that restaurant, and God bless it. Excuse
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Guy Fieri's definitely made his mark in Vegas. That's for sure.
Right on.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to go ahead. I pulled up the excuse me, the schedule for today, day 17. The bracelet event schedule is as follows. At 10 a.m. is a $800 no limit deep stack day 1. At 11 a.m. is $800 PLO deep stack day 2. At 12 p.m. is the $2,500 no limit freeze out day 2. At 1 p.m. is the $1,500 seven card stud day 3. At 1 p.m. is the $1,500 horse day 2. At 2 p.m. is the 10K Big O Championship Day 1. At 3 p.m. is the 3K No Limit Freeze Out Day 3. At 4 p.m. is the 10K Deuce to 7 Triple Draw Day 4. So good luck to the folks that are entering those events, especially a shout out to Software Brian. May he run deep in the tournament he plays today. The non bracelet events for today, day 17 of the WSOP, are as follows. At 9 a.m. was the start of a $250 no limit seniors deep stack. At 1 p.m., a $250 no limit poker news deep stack. At 3 p.m., the $625 step into the 6 p.m. $5,300 mega. At 3 p.m., the $240 no limit landmark for 2K and chips. At 4 p.m. is the $400 no limit deep stack turbo. At 6 p.m. is the 5,300 landmark, no limit landmark. At 7 p.m. is the $580 landmark for 5K and chips. At 8 p.m. is the $200 no limit deep stack turbo. At 10 p.m. is the $135 no limit landmark for 1,000 and chips. So that's what's going on around the WSOP. Sorry, y'all are going to have to refer to Bravo or Poker Atlas to get the schedules for the other properties in town because I'm sitting in the garage coming home from the ER with a family member and don't have those things available. So, of course, if you need help, just DM me and I'll be able to help you find whatever you need. Um, Isaac, tell me, are you watching any Poker Go? Are you a Poker Go
Oh
member?
yeah, 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 yeah. I have the NFT, so it gives you
Oh,
lifetime. to the streaming service.
Awesome. Well, I too am a Poker Go member, and I was trying to watch last night. And of course, I just fell asleep like 2 minutes into it. Were you watching last night?
No, last night I did not get a chance to catch it. I've actually been I won a 1 month to pokercoaching.com. So I've been like super just mainlining all of that content because I probably don't plan to renew it. So trying to get the most out of it before I go to the series.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah. I was given a free month to GTO
Oh,
solver,
okay.
and I haven't I haven't logged in one day, and I'm sure it's already up. So I'm just going to have to pay for it now. But I just haven't had time, and when I had time, I was too damn exhausted to focus. So
They got
I'm
a
kind
lot
of
of
upset about
YouTube
that.
content though. I will say that GTO Wizard has a lot of YouTube content and pretty good content.
That's what I hear. I just honestly, the timing of it right now for me, I'm doing some other studying. And of course, I've been playing so much while I've been here, which to me is the number one way to study for me.
Yes.
And so it's going all right. I just was upset that I got something and then I ended up not being able to take advantage of it. So it's okay.
Yeah.
Things work
Yeah,
out.
I know that feeling for sure when it comes to these things. You win something and you're like, ah. Now, if you could start and stop the clock, right? Like when you're actually using the content, that would be amazing. That would be
Yes.
amazing.
Yes. But of course, that defeats the purpose of what they need, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or, or that's for us to buy the subscription, which I'll probably end up buying.
Yeah, I like
So
Jonathan Little's
it's okay.
content. It's not bad at all. I've always thought the way he breaks things down is pretty cool. I have not had a chance to check out like Phil Galfon's or I've been kind of curious to try Octopi because I noticed a few people that I dig are on there now. So
Right.
that's one. You know, funny enough, this year I haven't even started watching Negrano's blog yet. I'm really
I have watched about three of them, but I'm going to tell you, they're so long. I'm like, okay, like, when am I going to fit this in right now? And anytime that I'm like, okay, let me listen to one of his vlogs, I promise you within 3 minutes, I'm falling asleep. I'm like, okay, this is pointless. Cause we're just burning the candle at both ends right now. But anyway, I'll tell you another one to consider is that red chip poker.
red
A
chip
lot of
poker.
content,
Okay,
a lot of good content coming off of that site for sure.
okay, I'm gonna check them out. Definitely.
Definitely a site you want to check out. Um,
You know what I wonder is
and
what happened to the people from the Tropicana who were doing their stream. I think it was Bally's or something like that. They were doing like a live poker stream, and you didn't have to be like you could just walk up, sign up, and then you could play. I'm trying to remember. I heard they were.
at the okay, this was just a couple of months ago,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, that was yeah. They thought that they were going to be able to stay at Tropicana through I think it was March or May, but then the Tropicana changed the plan, so they had to get out. I think they had to get out in January, but it may have been December. I really don't remember. But now they're at the Commerce Casino, it, and they're doing the live feed from the Commerce
No
Casino.
way.
Yeah. And if you just reach out to Cairo or even DGAF, he has a is it a 1-3 table that he broadcasts live, DGAF? He let you just sign up with him and you can come play live on his table.
D Gap. Okay, can you when you have a chance, can you send me his info?
Yeah. And if I forget, just DM me a reminder and I'll be happy to
Yeah,
do that.
absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. And yeah, but DGAF, you can just reach out to him and he'll put you on the list and you can go play live at his live feed table. And what's so fun about his live feed table is he on the TV screen, some of the TV screens in the live feed room, he puts the chat from the live feed, and so you can answer questions or talk about, make comments about what people are saying in the live chat, which kind of brings a fun dynamic to the game.
Okay, he is DGAF poker player.
Yeah,
Okay, I found him.
Let
I
me.
found him.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah, and you could. I'm sure if you scroll down, you'll see when he has his live feed. I don't know off the top of my head the days and times, and I try not to quote it because there's so much going on. I hate to give out the wrong info, but he does the live feed, and he, I don't know. There's a way to contact him, and he describes it. But yeah, I definitely would go play on that live feed if I was in town for sure. It's a fun game, and they have the live feed up on the screens, which I think is very entertaining. And like I'll be in there. If I know you're on there, I'll be in there shit talking you, like, what are you doing? Like, take the chips, dude.
Hell yeah.
Like, what are we doing here? Come on. But anyway, and DeGaff is just a character and tries to make poker fun. So I definitely would recommend that live feed for sure. And then reach out to Cairo about his live feed of commerce
Okay.
and see if there's availability there for you.
Yeah, definitely.
And just tell both of them when you DM them, just say, Sherry told me to DM you.
I will definitely do that. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Let me see. I'm following all the accounts right now.
All right. I know this is cutting it short, you guys, but I'm getting out of the car to go in the house to have breakfast because I've been at the emergency room with a family member since about, I don't know, 5:30 or 6 o'clock this morning. And yeah, I need a nap. So thanks for joining us. I'm sorry there wasn't much coverage today, but I hope you understand why. Everybody's here is fine. We're doing okay. Got some antibiotics and everything should be fine. Uh, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will catch you in the morning. Thank you. Appreciate you, Isaac, Barry, Todd, anyone listening. Appreciate you. Have a good
You too.
day.
Have a good one.